Hello everyone and welcome to Platinum Life Gaming. I'm the Mad Gamer and I'm so excited to bring this one to the channel. Stellar Blade, a 5 out of 10 difficulty taking 50 to 70 hours, requiring 3 playthroughs, 2 if you have a timely save and a cloud backup for a little safety, 1 playthrough which has you searching for everything the game has to offer while completing all side quests. The other where you ignore everything and just run straight through the story missions to completion as fast as you can. There is a way to do this in 1.5 playthroughs, but I'm going to show you how I did it in 2. We have 43 trophies to collect in this game. Before we get into it, if you could hit that like button and subscribe, it would help the channel out so much, and I would love if you could join me on this amazing journey. Alright. We play as Eve, a member of the 7th Airborne Squad, sent by the colony to cleanse Earth from the Neytiba. Did I mention she's going to be doing all this while in heels and wearing next to nothing? Come to think about it, maybe I should have led with that. After our drop pod crash lands, Taki, our close friend and fellow 7th Airborne Squad member, rescues us. With Taki at our side, we rush up the hill towards our target. Along the way, we fight enemies and witness the literal obliteration of the rest of the 7th Airborne.
The squad's life signs. We're the only 2 left. Eve, are you ready?
We are greeted by a brute, and this fight would be a precursor to the rest of the game, learning quickly that we would have to pick our opportunities as an all-out hack and slash approach was not going to work. After defeating the brute, we are ambushed by an unnamed Alpha Neytiba. Alphas are the badasses, the bosses that just don't mess around.
Alpha Neytiba. Here, friend. It's me you want.
The Alpha has a kill shot lined up on Eve when Taki pulls her best Kevin Costner in The Bodyguard and takes the devastating blow, losing an arm and becoming a shish kebab on the deadly blades that are this Neytiba's arms.
Eve! Get out of here!
Taki!
In a flashback sequence, we see Eve on the verge of becoming a casualty for the second time in the first 10 minutes of the game, when she is rescued by a scavenger named Adam. Anybody else pick up on Adam and Eve? Eve, feeling in Adam's debt, agrees to help him. Adam needing Eve's help to find hypercells, while Eve needs Adam's help to hunt Alpha Neytibas. First stop, Eidos 7.
Now, get ready. I'll be supporting with the drone.
And we learn that we can swim without messing up our hair. There's chests to find and locks which need passcodes to access.
Try entering the code.
We also find our first camp. These are the areas where we can rest, heal, spend skill points, upgrade Blood Edge's damage, Blood Edge is our sword, We can also upgrade the drone that is Adam, so he can big brother us George Orwell style. We can swap exospines based on our playstyle to either get better damage or better defense or maybe even XP. We have the option to upgrade our tumbler, which is just a fancy way of saying medkits, and we can change the appearance of Eve and the drone. All of this for the low cost of allowing enemies to respawn. We also pop our first trophy, Camp Preparation, for activating our first camp. Shortly after, on the roof of the parking garage, we faced Abaddon.
Adam, get back!
There's a transportation device there that you can use.
What? You really think that these abandoned devices are still going
And
to work?
after defeating him,
Well,
we
supply camp
earned
was in
the
one piece.
trophy
Let's just try and stay
Abaddon.
positive.
Uh-huh, positive, sure.
By now, we've had to learn to use our beta skills, indicated in the lower right hand corner. When those light up, pressing the corresponding button will unleash a devastating attack. The perfect dodge, you'll see the red glow indicating you've done it correctly. The blink skill, which is when the blue circle shows up near the enemy, you can warp to the opposite side for a back attack. There is also repulse, which we'll learn later on, much like the blink attack, only a purple circle. All of those skills, along with the perfect parry, are key to survival in Stellar Blade. Here we come across a body core, and once we have 3 of them, it will upgrade our health permanently.
All Airborne Squad members exist for one sole purpose. All we must do is complete the mission.
You mean the extinction of all Neytibas, right? To think that the point of your existence is to snuff out another species. No fun in that.
If we want to make the game harder, we can equip the skin suit, which will remove our shields. I'm wearing it here as I do some great parkour on the nicely yellow painted handholds. Finding a beta core, which after 3 will increase the maximum allowable beta energy you can store. It's on to the Hall of Records, where we get Adam's hypercell.
Great. We accomplished our first objective.
Once outside of the Hall of Records, Adam holds up his end of the bargain and shows Eve the direction of the Alpha Neytiba. Before we can take more than a few steps, a corruptor ambushes us. This acid-dripping beast punishes sloppy play, but after picking my opportunities, he was defeated, and the Corruptor trophy pops. Much further in the level, we come to a crater that has a drop pod in it, Eve recognizing it as a 5th Airborne Squad drop pod,
Wait.
and upon investigating, Gigas, the Alpha Neytiba, shows up.
Eve, look up!
Defeating Gigas earns us the Gigas trophy. Each alpha has an alpha core, and before Adam can explain their relevance, we hear something inside the drop pod. Upon opening it, we find Lily Artemis II, a support engineer who's been trapped in the drop pod for over 2 years. She agrees to help Eve with her journey. Adam now decides to chime in and explain that there is a city where other survivors live called Zion. Adam asks Eve and Lily to help him save Zion. And once they arrive there, the trio meet Zion's prophet, the Oracle. He explains that there are 3 more hypercells needed to restore Zion's full power and save tens of thousands of people that are being kept in stasis, as well as give the Oracle the power to track down other Alpha Neytibas. Oracle further mentions that 4 Alpha cores are required to form a Master Core, which will allow access to the Neytiba's nest, where the leader, the Elder Neytiba, exists. Now that we have Lily, it's a good time to touch base on the multiple endings this game has. The 3 endings I've already mentioned require 2 playthroughs. This is because of the Cost of Lost Memories trophy, which requires you to finish the game with Lily's affinity meter under 100%. The other 2 endings require her affinity meter to be at 100%. The affinity meter is affected by completing side missions, regular missions, and finding collectibles. The more good you seem to do in the world by helping other people and exploring, the more the meter goes up. I just mentioned collectibles. Well, this game has those for sure. While we run around Zion, searching and meeting new people, let's discuss those collectibles. There's over 1,000 collectibles in this game. Now luckily we do not need to find all of them, but we do need to find a lot for the following trophies. While those are popping up on screen, I do have to mention my hands down favorite collectible of all time, energy drinks, or cans as they call them in this game. Anyone who knows me knows that I love energy drinks, so these were actually fun for me to collect. And on top of that, you're going to see later the collectible can cabinet that Lily makes. This reminded me a lot of the bobblehead display stands from the Fallout games. While in the library and finding these databank entries, we can see in the top right corner Lily's affinity meter rising. The bulletin board you see here is filled with little tasks that the residents have posted. These are usually quicker and much simpler than the side quests. And we meet Roxanne. She sells information on the locations of the area, cans, and even passcodes. Like every shop, the more you purchase, the more you level up with that shop, and in turn, more items are available to you. Roxanne also sells suit schematics that we can later build with our own resources.
Take a look around.
Along with bulletin boards, we can use the mini-map to see the location of quest markers and newly available side quests as well. Finally arriving at Lily's new workshop, we learn that she has modded the drone to attach to Eve's arm and act as a weapon. In order to continue questing and the main story, Eve must venture into the wasteland.
This is the largest land I've ever seen in my life.
The wasteland being a dangerous place. Lots of opportunity to fight, level up, and find parts needed for crafting. We fight everything we come across. After this long battle, we found a new exospine. Making our way to the scrapyard, we find Digger, a drone in distress, and after helping him, we learn that Digger sells upgrade pieces for our sword, tumbler, and drone, along with selling harder to come across upgrade materials. While questing and searching the wasteland thoroughly, we come across more body and beta core upgrades, as well as cans. Anybody else wonder where she's storing all of these? We find the barber's missing items, including the hair dryer, and now we're able to style Eve's hair if we so desire. Gigas is back, not an alpha, but still a very formidable foe nonetheless. Finally arriving at Altis Lavoie, which according to the Oracle is the location of the next hypercell. We are forced to face the guard in combat in order to be granted entry. After proving we are capable, we are granted access. Before entering the underground facility, we fight a few more enemies, and we earn the trophy Neytiba Hunter for defeating 100 enemies with beta skills. Returning to Lily, we can use the can cabinet to store all of the cans we've previously collected, as well as seeing the list of rewards for collecting a certain number. Altis Lavoie, which is an underground facility, completely changes the environment yet again, keeping this game nice and fresh and full of great visuals. In order to defeat this Neytiba, we will have to use our newly modded drone. Finally, coming out ahead in this fight, we earn the trophy Altis Lavoie for retrieving the hypercell. Along with the hypercell, we find a legacy, which is a device with records left by previous Airborne Squads. Checking the legacy, we learn that Airborne Squad member Raven has discovered there was a war fought between humans and androids that they created, the Andro Eidos. The humans on the verge of extinction when suddenly Neytibas showed up out of nowhere and destroyed the androids. This gave mankind a chance to flee Earth to the colony. Returning the hypercell to Zion, the Oracle provides Eve with the location of an alpha. Matrix 11, an underground sewage treatment facility and train graveyard. Before heading to Matrix 11, we return to questing and come across another can. During the quest, Life of the Scavengers, we find a brute at the bottom of the cavern. Missing a chance at a repulse counter, we were on the losing side of this fight and eventually defeated. However, we can use a WB pump, which enables us to instantly revive and join the fight once again. Your tumbler does not refill, but your health does. I'm not sure why this brute pops the trophy brute, whereas the brute from the beginning of the game does not, but we'll take it. After the fight, we find Tommy's memory stick, which we need to complete the Life of Scavengers quest, as well as a new suit schematic. This one is a Kill Bill-esque suit. And now we can turn in our quests and spend some skill points.
Thank you.
If you can manage to sneak up on an enemy, you get a chance to ambush them. This is an insta-kill in most enemies. For questing purposes, Adam will use the tetrapod to fly you back to other regions. One important note is anytime you pass by a phone booth, I suggest you interact with it, as these are fast travel points, but only if you've previously opened them. We can drain the water that has flooded a massive area of 807, allowing us access to more places and more quests.
Even I wasn't able to crack it. This is so embarrassing.
It's almost like the person who made this program is responsible for breaking the drainage system.
Pulling off our 300th perfect parry earns us the Agile Gladiator trophy. Shortly after, we kill our 50th enemy by execution or ambush and earn the Silent Executioner. And now it's time for Matrix 11. These alien type enemies find dead bodies and reanimate them. Continuing on, we face a stalker. Woohoo! Defeating it earns us the Stalker trophy. As well, we unlock the Burst skill. Much like the beta skills, you have to build up your burst meter in order to use them. Our next trophy is called Cold-Blooded Sniper for defeating 150 enemies with ranged attacks. This area is full of big boss battles and we get to fight a Juggernaut. He takes a lot of damage, but by now we have so many skills at our disposal, including our new burst skill, that we were able to defeat him pretty easily. Defeating him earns us the trophy Juggernaut. In an effort to keep things fresh, the game gives us a death slide. Finding another legacy from Raven, a member of the 2nd Airborne Squad. Waiting to view the legacy until after we are safe, we head into battle with the Alpha Neytiba. This time, it's Taki. She's been turned into an Alpha Neytiba, forcing Eve to fight her best friend to the death.
May your memories live on.
Defeating Taki, we pop the trophy, Taki. I really do wish these had more creative names. And as always, after defeating an alpha, we obtain an alpha core. Returning to Zion and the Oracle, we learn that Taki was turned into an alpha Neytiba by the same black-winged Neytiba from the beginning of the game. The Oracle also says he cannot locate any more alphas, so we set out to find another hypercell, which is located in Abyss Lavoie. Leaving the Oracle and heading to Lily's workshop, where she equips our exospine with Taki mode, a mod to our exospine that allows us to use Taki's weapons and skills once the meter is full. We will also have to spend more points in order to unlock said skills. And we finally get a chance to view the legacy device, showing Raven expanding on her findings from the previous device. She tells us how Mother Sphere, a powerful artificial intelligence created by mankind, brought great prosperity until humans created the Andro Eidos. Mother Sphere then saw the limitations in humanity and decided there was no room for mankind. I'm starting to get some real Cyberdyne vibes from this part of the story. Abyss Lavoie is located in the Great Desert, as are many of our new quests. Before actually entering and completing Abyss Lavoie, it is strongly recommended you complete all side quests and tasks, as you will lose access to Zion. Accessing a repair console for the first time since our last story mission, and having picked up at least 10 exospines, fully upgrading them earns us the perfect exospine trophy. Searching the desert, we find more cans, and when picking up our 200th databank in the form of either memory sticks, documents, or passcodes, we pop the Records Collector trophy.
Hi, trophy.
While helping Kaya find out what happened to her missing sister Kara, we are forced to fight a behemoth. During this battle, we achieve our 200th perfect dodge and unlock the Battlefield Martial Artist trophy.
Oh, trophy.
This was the first chance I had to test out our newly acquired Taki mode. The best part of this for me is the damage you take does not hurt Eve, making this a great savior in the harder battles. Coming out victorious in this fight earns us the Behemoth Trophy. And we find Kara's body and memory stick, Returning to Kaya and delivering the bad news
Come back again soon.
completes Kaya's story and pops the sisterly love trophy.
Hey, trophy.
Watch the citizens of Zion as they go about their lives. You haven't made much headway on your own.
I suppose you're right. Thank you for your advice. I must
For
prepare my
completing
migration.
Digger's side quest, we get the Beep trophy.
Oh, trophy.
Defeating our 1500th enemy, we unlock the Cruel Liberator trophy. And very quickly afterwards, we get our 50th kill with the newly acquired burst skills and pop
Relentless Destroyer. Nice work.
completing another large side quest tied to Enya and Sue's story. We earn
Beyond Fate.
How did I...
in the Great Desert, we find Clyde, the local fisherman, and we are finally introduced to fishing, meaning we now have to travel back to all the areas that had bodies of water, big or small, in order to catch fish. Different bait is found, bought, or awarded to us, and different bait catches different fish, or boxes. Once we have caught 20 different fish, we get the Lonely Fisherman trophy.
Hey,
If we continue to work on the bulletin board, we are tasked with catching even more fish.
that thing. Holy, look at the size of that thing.
And
man.
catching the remaining 5 fish gives us a new suit, the Ocean Maid. This also happened to be my 30th nano suit and popped
Hey, trophy. Nano suit collector.
showing that suit in action as we have to prove ourselves to the guard in order to enter Abyss Lavoie.
Shit hits hard. It's over, you ready?
This is another underground facility, and while en route to the boss, we earned another trophy for opening up our 200th box.
Safe now.
Hey, box hunter.
A side note here is there is an amazing area in this underground facility that you could farm your ranged kills if you did not already have the cold-blooded sniper trophy.
You did it!
Not as hard as I expected.
We get the same boss fight we had in Altis Lavoie, and after defeating it and picking up the hypercell that it was mutating around, we get the Abyss Lavoie trophy. Along with another legacy from Raven. She informs us that the Andro Eidos won the war and defeated the majority of humans.
Day 78.
They went on to declare themselves the new human race.
Legacy account
The few surviving real humans fled to an underground facility.
history.
These humans used advanced genetic engineering and rapid evolution to become beings, monsters. They became Neytibas,
Then became the
meaning the ones fighting the Neytibas are all Andro Eidos, including Eve. Back on Zion, Oracle tells Eve that the next Alpha is not on Earth, and she must travel to the orbit elevator in space. If you have Lily's affinity meter full when you go to travel to the orbit elevator, she will ask you if you can travel to Eidos 9, where she says she has a workshop that she was hiding in. Now for me, this is a big story gap that was never explained in the game.
Bring with me.
because when we found her, she was in a drop pod for the past 2 years. In order to get all of the collectible trophies in the game, we have to go to Eidos 9. The main collectibles that I needed here were the 6 camps, 1 weapon core, and 1 Neytiba data that was exclusive to this area. We earned that for beating the cocoon.
That didn't look easy.
This is what she left for the world. Her legacy.
Leaving this area, we arrive at the orbit elevator, and not long after, we face off against Belial.
Oh my goodness, it recovered!
Again. There's no end in sight.
I have an idea.
Every time we drained his health bar, he would recharge until the final time when we channeled the power of our body cell into the drone for a deadly blast. Doing this kills him, and we pop the trophy Belial.
Trophy.
Finding the last body core and fully enhancing our HP to its max earns us the perfect physical enhancement trophy.
Hey, trophy.
Picking up our last can, we get
Hey, trophy. Can collector. Whoa.
I really like this boss fight. Very cool looking and so punishing if you weren't careful. I even had to use a WB pump.
Whoa. No, please. I don't have the drone to shoot. Oh, okay. No way. Are you fucking kidding?
For coming out victorious, we earn the Karakuri trophy. Eve facing off against a demo crawler, thinking that she is fighting the Alpha Neytiba.
Oh yeah, buddy.
There's no core.
Turns out that this was not the Alpha Neytiba we thought. The real one is massive and attached to the space station. Using her entire body cell power supply, Eve overcharges the drone and gets enough power to fire 4 shots into the Alpha, destroying it and emptying her body cell in the process. Unable to obtain the core as she floats lost in space, Lily sends out a distress call to the colony, just in time for Eve to be rescued in a mech suit. As we safely make our way back to Earth, we earn the Demogorgon trophy. Unable to reach Adam or Zion, Eve and Lily head there in time to see that it is under attack and burning. Making a quick stop to fully upgrade Blood Edge, we earn the perfect Blood Edge trophy.
Oh, perfect blood edge.
Racing into the Oracle's chamber, In that Kill Bill-esque suit that I mentioned earlier, we come face to face with the unidentified Neytiba that killed Taki.
Let's go. Or not. That's dirty. Oh yeah. Getting our revenge for Taki. All those hours ago.
A human?
Upon defeating this Neytiba, the monster disintegrates, leaving Raven in the wake.
Raven?
Raven teleports out of the area as Eve rushes to check on the Oracle. Oracle tells Eve that he was the first ever fusion between an Andro-Ados and a Neytiba, becoming the first ever Alpha Neytiba. This playing perfectly into the fact that we did not pick up the last core we needed. The Oracle thanks Eve for giving his life purpose and removes his core, killing him but allowing Eve to make the master core. Adding our final cans to the can cabinet, we are rewarded with the Black Pearl Nano Suit. And now it's time to head back to the Great Desert to mop up the remaining collectibles before heading to the final area of the game. Picking up the last beta core, which enhances our beta energy to its max, gets us
Perfect beta energy enhancement. Let's go.
And for enhancing the rechargeable's tumbler to its max, we earn...
Boom! Perfect rechargeable tumbler.
Now it is time to head to the nest. And once there, we find one last legacy, where Raven tells us that Mother Sphere is the reason for the Earth being in ruin. That the AI became too smart for its own good and wiped all living things from the Earth. And that we are in a cycle where every so often Mother Sphere will do the same thing over and over. Before entering the nest and finding the Elder Neytiba, it is our time to finally avenge Taki once and for all. Raven vs. Eve in a showdown. The Jello is ready. The battlefield is set. A fight to the death, as there can only be one. Okay, no Jello, but the rest is true.
The body of a super weapon created but for him.
Uh-oh, she's in trouble now. Oh no, what do you do that for? That was dumb. You can get up anytime now. She's like one hit away. No way! Uh-oh. Come on. Should we shoot her? Ha ha ha. Oh yeah, ripped her arm right off.
'Tis but a scratch.
Oh, the other arm. It's over. Thanks for coming out. Nice work.
After decimating Raven, we earn
Oh, Raven trophy.
locating and activating all camps. We pop
Ah, meticulous explorer. Let's go, baby.
before leaving this final camp en route to the game's ending. Make a save, and I recommend backing up to the cloud if you have that option. With Lily's affinity meter maxed out on this playthrough, we can unlock 2 different trophy endings here.
Eve.
Arriving at the nest, we find Adam is waiting for us. Adam revealing he is the Elder Neytiba. The Elder wants to atone, be forgiven for all the death he has caused. Adam proposes that he and Eve become one, fuse together, and become the seeds for a new human race. In a cutscene that lasts over 9 minutes, close to 10 actually, that is unskippable. I got annoyed a few times.
Come on, get on with it.
In the end, she had her own... Lily, take this.
But this is...
This is the last hypercell needed to rebuild Zion. Humans was
Let me skip. Fuck.
sincere.
Refusing to take Adam's hand, we fight Adam in a very easy battle before he transforms into his Elder Neytiba form for a much harder fight.
Big guy, let's go. Take a look at the size of this thing. Let's do it. That's rude. Holy shit. Yeah! Woo! Like, Eve's so good, she changed her outfit in the middle of the fight.
Upon defeating the Elder, we gather his information. Now, having information on all Neytibas, we earn the trophy Neytiba Researcher.
Return to the colony.
For achieving the return to the colony ending, with Adam dead and the last hope for the real humans gone with him, Mother Sphere invites Lily and Eve to return to the colony, pleased that they have completed their mission. What I thought was going to be the good ending in this game actually turned out to be the bad one. We can now reload our previous save to be back at the last camp. If this option doesn't work because the autosave overwrote it, we can download the cloud backup that we made. This time, when we reach Adam, we choose to accept his proposal.
Connection to the colony.
Angered with Eve for not following her mission parameters, Mother Sphere hacks the mech that Lily is in, attacking Eve. Because we took Lily to 809 and she retrieved that data stick we saw, she is able to briefly override Mother Sphere's control of the mech, just long enough to eject herself to safety. This allows Eve to destroy the mech with no collateral damage.
Yes. And even
Completing this battle earns us the Making New Memories trophy.
more. Let's return to the tetrapod.
In this ending, Lily returns to Zion to install the last power cell, while Eve is forced to fight an army that Mother Sphere sends after her.
No, Eve kicked all their asses. Look at them. There's like hundreds of them.
Victorious, Eve returns to the newly rebuilt Zion and becomes the protector of the people. Starting New Game Plus and racing through the story as fast as possible, skipping all side missions and tasks, collectibles, and everything else, as we do not want Lily's affinity meter full. Along the way, we have naturally earned enough XP, and therefore enough skill points to learn all skills, and we pop
Trophy. Thorough Technician.
I found a great place in the wasteland to quickly get this next trophy that I did not realize was a trophy during my first playthrough, and since I had saved Taki mode for the boss fights, I would not have got this. However, when you rack up 50 kills while in Taki mode, you pop.
There it is. Revenging Agent.
And here we are, back at the final boss fight. Choosing to take Adam's hand has the same effect. We fight the Mother Sphere controlled mech. Winning the fight and getting the last ending pops the Cost of Lost Memories trophy. And the platinum, baby. Eve Protocol. In the final cutscene, we learn that Lily, not having the data stick from Eidos 9, she was unable to free herself from the mech, and therefore became a casualty of war. Mother Sphere still sending an army to destroy Eve, as we fade to black, leaving Eve in an endless battle. This game was both a success and a failure for me. And perhaps if I played in the reverse order than I had, I might feel different. I felt that on my first playthrough, I was pulled so far from the story due to the vast number of side quests and tasks. I just did not care what was happening and wanted to end the game. This was evident in the fact that I was annoyed by the lengthy cutscene at the end of the game. I was, however, much stronger because of all the XP that I had earned, and in turn, the skill points that I was able to spend on Eve. I'm not sure how it would have went on my first playthrough if I just rushed the story. I would have been far more invested and in tune with the story, that's for sure. The flip side, I would have been so underleveled and outmatched against every mini and main boss that I faced. Going back and making this video, I did appreciate the story and the game. This game is pretty time consuming. 50 hours is what it took me to get the platinum. There is a lot worse games out there right now, and this one is visually amazing. I say go out there and beat it. I want to thank everyone for watching this video. Your support really means a lot to me, and a huge thank you to all of you who have subscribed to this channel. I am truly grateful for all of you. Until next time, take care, and remember, it's a platinum life.